What we see is that there is a lack of a lot of things in the Gulf of Mexico at the moment, especially deep water subsalt targeting the very, very deep reservoirs in the Gulf of Mexico. Lack of rigs to drill. Companies are wanting to have more subsurface knowledge, so they need to do appraisal drilling in order to lead them up to the decision point of moving forward. And I think we have generally seen that a number of the deep water discoveries have not yet reached the point of decision by the oil companies because of lack of rigs, lack of internal resources in the companies themselves. There are projects ongoing that are taking a lot of the resources, examples like BP's Thunder Horse and otherwise, which have been delayed for a number of years now, is taking a lot of attention in our client organization, so they don't get to sort of move on to the new discoveries. This has an impact on the whole market. It has probably somewhere between 2 to 2.5 years in general pushed to the right, delay of these discoveries in terms of making the decision to move forward and put this into the pipeline literally for development.
With these delays, what opportunities do you see for Flowtech and your technology?
Flowtech, as an extension and a joint venture owned by Keppel Group out of Singapore and McDermott in Houston, has the ability to self-perform most of the processes and deliveries and scopes in a deep water floating production platform. So that allows us to do engineering, do the planning, evaluate the risks with development. So I think we have a great opportunity to reduce the cycle time for the clients in terms of securing slots for hull construction and securing the other elements that is needed to do a development. And we kind of estimate that we could probably reduce cycle time by advancing some engineering and do some further definition before we go to the oil companies with our solution, and thus in some cases reduce the overall cycle time by anywhere from 12 to 24 months. So I think the fact that we do we own the proprietary technology for spar, TLP and semis, the fact that we can handle the concept engineering, the screening, the detail engineering and the EPC, the engineering, procurement and construction, means that we can plan and hopefully also reduce the execution risk for our clients and thus bring the product to the market quicker.
You are one of the veterans here at Offshore Europe. It's 31 years since the first time you were here. Can you tell me briefly about the changes of the industry and the fair so far?
Well, first of all, we're standing in a hall and not in a tent. But I think the changes are that right now, seeing it from the Gulf of Mexico perspective, where I'm based, and our company is having a key market, is there a lot of experience in the North Sea that is now very relevant also for deep water Gulf of Mexico. And I think the key aspect here is that there is a converging in the industry of solutions. The solution for Gulf of Mexico requires the experience and some of the same ways of solving the problem as here in the North Sea. So what we're seeing in subsalt, lower tertiary areas in the deep parts of Gulf of Mexico are very similar in terms of the solutions that are required for west of Shetland, which is a very interesting play that obviously we are also targeting as an opportunity for us.